Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Week 4 Summer Prize Arena. This is the fourth week, and we've got a lot of players already joined, up to 77 here. We've got a minute before the arena starts. We do give out 5 memberships every week to the top teams, and we also have some CCL merch on the line for the top 10 schools cumulatively. So after this, there's only 3 weeks left of the summer arena season, at least. But I also do want to mention we have our summer season, which is kicking off tomorrow morning at this same time. So tonight is the registration deadline if you want to join for the Bullet Championship. The Bughouse Championship will start in about 2 weeks, so you still have some time to register for that. All you need is a teammate from your same school. So exclamation point summer in the chat and you will find those details. All right, we've got about 15 seconds before this arena starts, so let's get ready to watch some games. We've got a ton of clubs playing, up to 85 players now, and sure to have some more joining throughout the tournament. But let's see which game we'll watch first. Probably the top game. We've got 2 players over 2,300, which is pretty good. We've got 1 player from Montreal, and the other is from Moravian, the National Master Mike, playing against Rule of 2, which I don't know the Rule of 2, but it looks like we've got a Queen's Gambit declined here, and Black might try to attack the bishop. The bishop can go to e5 with a pin. This is a 5+2 arena. It's an hour long. And yeah, the knight here is guarding the e5 square so that when the bishop comes here, the knight could take it potentially. So Black has expanded a lot on the king side. Hello, Kiran Kabir. All right, h4 has been played. This frees up some space for the bishop, also prevents Black from playing h4. So the bishop is safe on g3 for the time being. We see g4 being played, keeping things closed. Now White's developing the knight, perhaps getting ready to castle. Very sensible. Right, queen develops. Probably Black wants to castle queenside. The bishop's questioned, so if bishop takes, probably the knight can... No, not taking with the knight, taking with the pawn instead. Maybe the knight wants to come here. All right, knight here putting pressure on the pawn and the bishop, but this knight is boxing it out. Bishop doesn't like that knight there, so retakes, and now Black can take back with either the queen or the pawn. Takes with the pawn. Now the knight might want to come in. Can also kick this knight away. Castles, short side. All right, the knight's eyeing up some squares, but the queen pins it to the rook. Pawn push blocks that pin. Also protects the knight. The knight was hit twice. So Black could take the pawn, but the knight check should win the queen. So instead we see White decides to double isolate these pawns and goes after them this way. The knight here is also preventing the bishop from defending. The bishop could develop with an attack on this pawn, but instead goes after the rook. If bishop here, probably we'd see rook c4. Rook to b1 is actually pretty peculiar. I was not expecting that. But the rook wants to come attack this. All right, but the rook's getting hit. If you go here, pawn push, your rook's trapped, so the rook can't stay on the 4th rank. Goes to b2, but Black has successfully defended this e-pawn, which I didn't think would be so easy. And now, in fact, Black black might be winning material here. Goes rook to d8, attacking the d pawn. We see c4 to defend, but the bishop simply takes. If white takes on e4 now, the d pawn will fall, but looks like the d pawn is going to fall regardless, so white's going to go after the c pawn. If bishop takes. So probably, yeah, b5, and this pawn is going to be hanging anyway, so might as well not give the rook c7, which would be a very active place. You can take this pawn now, and you have a knight check here if you want it. Instead, a4, trying to undermine the defense of the bishop. So if pawn takes, the bishop falls. If bishop takes, either of these pawns fall. If rook takes, pawn takes, there's bishop takes, rook takes. So the bishop is hanging right now. So black either has to defend, takes with the rook. So it decides to trade rooks here. Rook takes, bishop takes, rook takes. It's going to cut the king off on the 7th. Very powerful piece. And this pawn is hanging. Pawn is hanging. And if castles, this pawn is hanging as well. Castles still might be the best move here, actually. Instead, rook decides to go up to h6. So no castling for black. Not that it was a big deal. I mean, it's pretty late into this game. So the knight could come here with tempo, or likely you'll want to take on e4, I'm guessing. But the rook here is going to cut off the knight's forward moves. Knight here would be a fork. Although the king could attack the rook, I guess knight could take defending this, but instead we see the rook going up and attacking everything along this 5th rank. So the bishop, if you don't want to move it, you got to play rook to b6. But then knight takes comes with the threat of taking and forking, which would be a nice tactic. Both players just about 3 minutes left, so plenty of time left on this clock. Black has the outside pass pawn, but it's going to be very hard to defend. You'd have to walk into this. So if you move the bishop, you can take here with check and then take this pawn. And probably the h pawn falls as well. So rook decides to go to b6. Moving the bishop was giving up too much. Now the knight takes with that threat, and the king steps up to avoid the forks. But white can now take this pawn, and that pawn's also going to be hanging. But black does have that outside pass pawn that they're holding on to. Instead, the knight decides to come back, attack the bishop. And at this point, the bishop has to move. There's no way to defend it. Ah, look at that. Well, can we give a rook check? And then take that. Takes here. I wonder what was wrong with the rook check. Maybe just king here. Probably. And then take, and then take, and the king would have been helped. So now white is deciding which pawn should I take. Takes the e5 pawn, the central pawn, and that's going to leave both pawns hanging still. So black says, all right, you're going to let the passed pawn stay on the board. I'm going to push it. And white says, that's fine. I'm going to take on h5 first before I get to a5. And you can't stop me from getting to a5. It's going to happen. So good luck promoting that pawn. So the rule of 2 is up material. Black decides to try to get some counterplay, sacking a pawn. So white has these doubled pawns, takes the e pawn. The king can go to f2 with tempo. Probably that's fine, because you're also defending your g3 pawn. King decides instead to go to h2, less susceptible to checks. You could have also gone directly for a5, but I think that you don't want to give up the g-pawn for no reason. So now the h-pawn is running. Yeah, white's just up 2 pawns. Okay, here, if you trade, black's going to promote, so that's not an option. And if you don't trade, well, black's attacking this. However, there is rook a6 check first, forcing the king to move. And now there's g4 to hold on to this pawn. And this pawn is hanging. So the rook has to defend it. Now you can play g3 and try to walk the king up. Pushing the pawn instead. Yeah, g3 was probably the best move. Here it wants the king to go back to try to stop the pawn. Because right now, if white could go again, they'd play here. If king here, then rook here, I think is pretty good. And then the king can go here. So I don't know. Or I guess there's just a check. And then you push the other pawn. Under a minute now for Mike. The king goes back to g8. There is another game. We've got Stunning Frame from Arizona State playing against Dagger from British Columbia, another Canadian school. Queen takes with check, king up, and now h5. The computer did not like this king move. It wanted king g8, and it gives favor to black. But now the king is opposite this bishop. Ooh, queen f7. Big check. And then probably bishop takes pawn, and you're threatening mate. Whoa, takes here. Stunning Frame, missing the tactic. Oh, bishop takes g6 now. King back, and then queen check, rook block, and then queen to h6 mate. GG. So it didn't matter in the end which way to take. So points there for Arizona State. Looks like Mike also just lost to rule of 2 with the checkmate. So they did end up bringing the king in. Nicely played. Taking down the national master. J Game from McGill, I believe that is, has 3 wins in a row by the time that those players have finished. So McGill's in the early lead, 21 points. Let's find another player. All right, we got Chaco Adikti here from Chicago playing against a player from Bangladesh. And unfortunately, they're down a lot of time, 11 seconds. Yeah, the rook and pawn mate, that was nice. All right, so let's see. Defending the knight, but that's kind of awkward for the pawn structure. Black's got this nice chain, connect 4. Rook's defending this pawn. And it looks like the king is going to help rally the pawn. Black probably could have just pushed through. And now you take here. You got to give check or leave the rooks on, basically. Another check, but now king here, and you're out of checks. Rook here is inevitable. You're going to lose more material, unfortunately. Here, and now king up. Oh, you can take this now, though, so that helps. Takes here. Getting behind. The king's stepping in. Low time still. Yeah, rook wants to come this way. This game is not over. Rook wants to come here. And then the push. Probably rook here, maybe. King steps up. Push, rook here. Actually, you can't defend this pawn anymore. This was a misstep by black by pushing that for sure. And you're even threatening to take with check too. Yeah, this game I think is a draw now. I think it should be a draw, but it's very difficult with low time, and you're also still down a pawn. But White's gonna fight. Here, there's a check to defend. Going after this pawn. So now it's 2 versus 1. Black's got the pass pawn. King here. King up. There's a check. Black's gonna try to push this pawn through. King up now. Yeah. King wants to come here. King here. Pawn push. This is not so easy. I think black can get away with pushing this pawn, yeah. Ooh, no, this is not good. You cannot take that pawn because now you're too slow. Let's see, probably queen here. And then here. Oh, now it's a draw. Wow. Queen h1 was needed there. Oh, but this allows... Okay, the technique is not great, but let's see. Oh, yeah, there's also queen c8 or queen h1. Now, yeah, and once the queen gets to the promoting square, it's a win for black. So Chaco in time pressure, not able to. You need to play king b8. You need to control the promoting square. So unfortunately, not working out for Chaco. So don't move the king. Play here. All right, let's see this technique. A really close game though. This is about 500 rating point difference between these two. Go towards the corner. Yeah. Hope for the king up. Ah. Good try, good try. All right, let's find another game, shall we? All right, we've got Nate Dogg versus Calvary. See, Nate Dogg's less than 20 seconds. He's low on time. Nate Dogg is one of our interns, which you love to see. Opposite color bishops, so should be a dead draw. But we'll see. King here now. Oh. I would move the bishop. I don't want to allow. Yeah, check. King back. King up. Who knows what's going on? Anyways, let's find another game. Let's see. We've got two 2200s. This is J Game, who is still undefeated, 3 out of 3. Ooh, Titus has joined from Georgia Tech. He's got another titled player in there. Infinity Point, that's Lyndon Lee from Yale. Only 2 out of 3, though. See a player from Berkeley. I see Cute Cat is in there. Got a couple international schools. I see Santa Fe, UT Austin, Waterloo from Canada, of course, NARFU. Um, yeah, we got Bits from India. Witwatersrand from South Africa. We're up to 106 players, 41 minutes left. McGill still in the lead with 30, but Georgia Tech right on their tail at 29, Witwatersrand 28, and Bits at 27. So the top 4 teams are all within 1 point of each other. I guess 4 points. Or I don't know. Anyways, top 5 is UMass at 17. So there's kind of a difference. UMass did really well last week. Montreal has just tied them at 17. So it's going to be a race. But yeah, I think Georgia Tech has a good chance. It looks like they got a lot of players that just joined. So, and a few of them are over 2,100 actually. So yeah, we'll see if McGill can try to hold on to their lead. But it looks like this was a blunder from J Game. So the McGill player playing against a Georgia Tech player trading queens, which I guess is just not good. So now you could have taken on a5, didn't do that. Take with the king here? No, takes with the pawn. I think the king might want to walk through. Oh, pushing b5. King's going after the h-pawn. Rook steps back, so the king can take... King was going to take this pawn no matter what. King's stepping up. I don't know what rook d1 does. Takes, takes. King wants to get to this guy. You can give a check, but the king's just going to come up on the light squares. Yeah. So the path to victory is clear for white, just trying to promote this c-pawn. Black, though, trying to stir up some trouble with the g-pawn. King takes, king up. You take here as well. King here, pawn push, just holding on to that pawn. Why not? Bishop maybe wants to come here. But yeah, this pawn is too quick. You can move the king. Attack this, probably. Put the king here. Or push this guy. Yeah. Yeah, bishop wants to come here, but I think it's too little too late. Yep, that's a queen right there. Here you can take this and promote. Yep. Promote with check. You can sack the queen for the pawn. King here. Promote. Taking their time here. All right, 2 queens now. Should be mate very quickly. Probably make a knight. I would make a knight. Why not? And this is really big for the standings. McGill's in the first place, Georgia Tech's in second. So Georgia Tech with a win here should just about do it. There's a queen, but that's mate in 1. That's why I wanted the knight. Either queen here. Whoa. That gives a chance here. Whoa. Queen here's mate. This queen. Georgia Tech, you need to get back in the arena and get more points. Oh my goodness. Queen block. Queen takes isn't even mate. Man, the Georgia Tech players' inability to find checkmate, slowing them down. Maybe their idea is to slow down the McGill player because it's their top scorer. So they're, I don't know. Anywho, I always love finding mate in one tactics. All right. Oh, we got Super GM Carter from Tulane playing against one of the South African players. So 2 rooks and a bunch of pawns. But it looks like black's going to win this pawn. No. Taking a rook here threatens mate. King can come back. But then like rook here is... Oh, that's mate in 1. Why did I think white had a second rook? I don't know. But Carter gets the dub there. Not much of a surprise. Let's check in on Linden. How's Linden doing? 2574. Might be the highest rated player. There was the player from Montreal. Who was 25. Yeah, 2546. So Linden is higher rated. And this game's looking like a draw, which would be good for Calvary from Dallas. But Linden's going to try to maybe stir up some trouble. Let's check in on the rule of 2. They're playing against Supernova from Georgia Tech. 2100. And rule of 2 is up 2 points of material. So let's see what's going on. Yeah, rook just takes the pawn. So take. Let's see. What is this position? You're up a piece here. You sack it for this because the knight's pinned. And yeah, I don't know. These are some strong tactics. Wow. So sacking a piece for the exchange, but leaving the knight here. Rook takes back, so just up 2 pawns. But I think that c4 is really annoying. Because that's also an attack on this knight as well. So yeah. Rook goes over to try to defend. I figured c4 is really good. Whoa, rook takes. I guess maybe you could have also just taken this. No, you couldn't. So that. Huh, okay. So it's the 2 minor pieces versus the rook. But you also are up 2 pawns, so should be pretty good for white. Yeah, Infinity Point Drew. Alright, let's check on another game. We've got 2 2000s going at it. Flaming Coriander versus Deadshot 69. Alright. Let's see.
Man, that queen on h4 would
So no castling for black. White's got this exposed king. Also very, very low time.
Oh, hey yo.
Black
we got
has
the
so
raid
much time.
from Division 1.
All right.
That's gonna be
Welcome,
hard.
Division 1. Welcome to the trenches.
On push.
Welcome to
Threatening
the
mate,
trenches.
but
Folks,
simply
we are
queen
covering
takes, right?
Divisions 2 and 3. These players are battling for their lives. Thanks chess.com for the raid.
Yeah.
Exciting action today. I'm
Welcome,
sure.
welcome. Somebody, please do let us know who's winning in Division 1.
Yeah,
I'm
we got
a
our
big
hands
fan of
full.
Noterbeck and Magnus Carlsen. We haven't been able to watch Division 1 at the same time as Division
Rook takes on
2
B7.
and 3. We've got 48 players in our two divisions. We've been covering a lot of games. I don't know if Division 1 players ever have to do this, but Jose
takes, his
Martinez
pawn is
Alcantara is
hanging.
playing his third match of the day. I've got a feeling
is
somehow
mate
like
threat, by
the
the way.
aristocrats up in Division 1 don't ever have to do that.
Now there's a block.
Those elite players sit in their
Yeah.
ivory towers. They
Yeah,
I would
get
definitely
to
play
play
like
check.
one match,
match
a
per
day.
day.
Block and then
Yeah,
take
there's
this
like
pawn.
2 Berlins in there, so it's
That's
really like
exactly
half a
what
match.
Flaming has done. Pawn push.
Oh man, even through the
Pawn
that
takes,
was
pawn takes.
very precise, Coast. Yeah.
Bishop pins the knight.
Um,
Rook here's the threat.
so knight
A
e7.
big threat.
Yeah.
Huge concept here is
Actually.
e5, bishop takes e5.
Let's
That's like a big deal.
So, probably
clue the folks
rook
in. This is
G6
Sevian Alcantara. So they are
to
in
play
the
like rook
losers
B6.
bracket. They've already both lost one match.
Yeah,
they are
now
fighting for
queen
their
A4
tournament
is a move.
life here. The winner of this match gets to face.
Oh, Dennis
or
Lazovic.
or
Lazovic.
queen A8
I was thinking
actually.
it was
Queen A8
Lazovic.
seemed really strong
Yeah,
too.
sorry.
because
This is
bishop-
kind of like
actually,
the
what am I
losers
talking about?
bracket final. If you Division 1 folks are
Sorry.
familiar
Alright,
with
pawn
like
push was weird.
the terminology around these matches,
Rook trade.
like these are the
being
last
offered.
two players
Yeah,
who
if-
haven't been
if,
eliminated.
yeah,
In the
just take
losers
the rook
bracket,
and
there
take
is
the
Dennis
knight. You just trade
Lazovic.
down to win.
Somewhat surprising,
Yep.
yet not totally
Yep.
surprising.
Pawn push
Um,
and GG.
You know,
On push.
prodigious performance this week.
Yep, we're gonna
He's
make another
won
pass
the
pawn.
winners final earlier
What's
today,
up, Papa
so he's won
Pizza?
4 matches already in
Are
this
you
event,
playing?
and he'll be there for the grand final
Where's
tomorrow.
Michigan at? Michigan's got
The
2
winner of
points.
this match will get to face him.
Good
And
enough for
we're just in
22nd
game
place.
1 of this match.
Purdue
It's just
is
intense from the get-go.
23rd
Yeah,
place.
I think
game
both
1.
players.
Let's
Coach
see
and I have been
the
saying-
club standing. McGill's still in
wild.
first, man. Georgia Tech is 3
Yeah.
points behind.
We've been saying as it's game 1, but we both feel like these players might be a little
Titus
bit
is up
tired
there,
already
4 out
from
of
how much
4.
they've played today.
Absolutely. But they
Let's
have a
find-
2-game match
let's find a
here.
lower
This is
rated
game
game.
1. The best of
We
2
got Dragon
winner
Rage
will then
from
advance to the
Austin
final.
versus
If
Kinetic
they're
IQ
tied after 2
from
games, we'll have another Armageddon.
Wits
We've already seen a number of
with
Armageddons today
Waterstrand.
that have been absolutely
I don't even know if I'm saying
Um,
that right.
dramatic.
We're up to
Yeah, we've had
109
a
players.
Huge day of Armageddons, and the tension is finally resolved on that D5 pawn.
We got
Finally.
For those just
Priyesh
joining us, something has been hanging on
versus
D5
Akil.
for 11
All right,
moves.
looks like black is winning.
Jose Martinez managed to
mate.
like plop his
Nicely
knight on
done.
D5 on move 13.
All
and for
right, here's a big
10
one.
moves
We
in a
got
row, something
Titus
was hanging.
versus
Finally, on the
JB.
11th
This is
move,
another number
White
1 versus
captured
number
it.
2 situation.
Bishop
going
takes
on here.
D5. Very important, actually, Kostya. If E takes D5, knight F5, threatening knight G3 and the blockade on D6.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be happy about keeping your bishop versus knight advantage in that one situation.
Can't allow
And
that.
I'm a huge fan of the bishop, but you're not doing that. So he plays bishop takes D5, takes it to a heavy piece ending, and says, "Yeah,
Wow, taking
10
the
moves of
H pawn.
calculation is fine. You were always gonna lose this thing on
The king
D5."
can never lift, so it's
Got
not
the
too
edge.
easy to get the
Extra
rook
pawn
over.
for whites.
Yeah.
But I'm still
Extra
surprised
pawn.
by
His
this.
king side is a little weakened with this F4.
I
but
thought this pawn
it's
was
an extra
rook
pawn.
here.
He's got 3-second increment, so he has time to
Huh.
support this one.
Queen
go
here
rook
threatens
F1.
mate, but
And he's got room to
It
do a
might
lot of
be
things with it. He could push
white
the
getting
pawn
mated.
further with the idea that if black ever encircles it, as Kostya
Yeah,
says, at
I
the
feel
right
like
moment, you
taking
play rook
H3
E1,
is
use
just,
the back rank
like,
mate.
Dangerous.
He also has the option to dump the pawn in order to play queen b4 and
Yeah,
grab
who
the
knows?
b7 pawn, or play f5, f6,
I thought
and
taking
provoke a
B3
kingside
was the
weakness. So
Queen takes
there's a lot of
B3.
juice left, but Sevian's getting a little bit low on
Little
time to make any huge choices.
What
And 1
do
minute for
I
7. He
know?
goes D6. Quick H6
Lots of time
from
for both
Jose,
sides.
securing the back rank.
Keeping that
Now-
time pressure, right? He doesn't
yeah.
want to give Sevian a chance to really torture him, so he's
Just realized I have whenever sometimes Twitch will never mind. I should watch my own stream. All right, Titus wins by checkmate. Yeah. Yeah, J game. I don't know. That queen got in. All right. So with that actually puts Titus in first place, 5 out of 5. And that puts Georgia Tech in first place over McGill by 1 point. Bits is 1 point behind them. Let's find another game. Here we go. Manav from British Columbia playing against Platypi from University of Arizona. Ooh, Greek gifts on the board, and that's also a hanging queen. Here in just castles, I mean, the queen is free, but that's even fancier. Maybe we don't even want the queen. We're just going for mate. Oh my goodness. So, Manav's got many ways to win. That's what they call them. Many ways to win, Manav. Let's check on, we've got the chess center from UMass versus I Keep Checking. And looks like chess center is in a good position here. Strong pawns, strong center. What did it want here? Rook C1 makes a lot of sense. Threaten this and this. Queen here instead. Maybe to play here and here. I like that a lot, actually. So, computer's calling for this move. This also makes sense. Rook C1 is still very favored. To take that. Let's see. We're over the halfway point. We always got to watch Masharov. This is Arya from British Columbia. Up a queen is Masharov, but it's for 2 rooks. So it's actually pretty close. Queen and pawn versus 2 rooks. What's going to happen here? All right. 1 rook gets in. A lot of times the rooks are favored because they can coordinate and start winning some pawns. But white's got this pass pawn in the center, and it's getting pretty deep. And the rooks are not coordinated, which is very important if you're going to try and coordinate. So right now, rook takes knight is a threat, but the rook decides to hop in with tempo against this rook. And Arya is also very low on time. McGill is back in the lead, 51 points. All right, rook steps back, hitting the queen. So the queen might go here. No, goes here. But the rook is defended, by the way, so we'll see. Knight here is a threat, but that's a pen now. If here, that's... Oh, but then there's that. Ooh, there's a check? King has to go here. If you go here, that's mate. And now what? Where's the rook go? Rook takes the a pawn. And threatening mate yet again. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. How do you stop that? You gotta go here? No way. Knight here, that's just forced mate, no? Oh, you have a block. But there's like rook here. Or rook here. King up. There goes your knight. Surely you take that. You would not take your knight. What the heck is that? What is that about? Now the knight can step up. Go knight. Oh my gosh. Arya's oh, the knight check? No? Okay, attacking the knight. Knight here. Pawn push, king up. There's no more checks. Hold on. Hold the horses. Where are we going, folks? Move the queen. Whoa, taking this. Okay, you've won a pawn. Very low time for Arya. 2.7 seconds. So the time pressure is on. Masharov bringing the queen in. Rook up. And now pawn push. Probably. I don't know. That's what I would do. Whoa, queen here. Pawn push now, but... Oh, sack the queen. Wow. A blunder from Arya. The queen was guarding that check. Takes pawn, 2 seconds, go up. Yep, you don't want to get skewered. King here, perfect. Queen in now. Pawn push, okay. Here, there, you can pin the rook. Pin it and win it, baby. Masharov closes this one out. Nicely done. All right. Titus still 5 out of 5. You have 2 players ahead of him, but they're both 6 out of 7. JD from McGill, 5 out of 5. We have Bad Dobby Fisher, also with the perfect score. Ooh, here's a big one. Mike versus Supernova. Mike is low on time. Supernova's up a pawn. The kings are activating now. King hits the knight. Knight's probably going to give a check. King's got to move again. Knight's under attack again. Knight goes back. Pawn push. The knight wants to come here. Understandably. Surprised the king went here, but I guess the knight was going to attack this guy. Offering a trade. Now black's got the passer. Now the knight has no moves, which is very sad. Because now the king has to go to h3. And believe me, the king did not want to go to h3. But the king could not defend the pawn. And now the knight is finally getting into the game. But lo and behold, we've got an issue. Can we go knight here? Or knight here is also fine. Because, yeah, you're not going to stop this pawn. You can go here, but then there's like this. So black's just going to be up a piece. And ultimately going to win the g-pawn and then promote and then win the game. So Supernova getting some key points here for Georgia Tech. They're actually now down to 3rd place, tied with Bits, but after that win, that should move them back up to 1st. So just waiting for it to update. Let's find another game. Ooh, this is a big one. Titus versus Dagger Crossfire from British Columbia. So, actually, what? Did Georgia Tech not win that last? Pretty sure Mike lost that game, right? Supernova won, so I don't know. Maybe the standings already updated. We'll find out later. All right, Titus goes down. Tough game there. So Dagger Crossfire slowing down the Georgia Tech machine. That's Titus's first loss, so he loses his streak. McGill has 2 players in the top 3 on streak as well, so that's really good for them. Let's find another game. Let's see. I could just stick with Titus. We got Vinman versus Audi. How many colleges are in this arena? It looks like 23. At least 23 got points. One of those is the CCL, but a lot of the players in CCL are like from other schools, so. Let's see. Ooh, we got Moshrov versus Nate Dogg. Two 1700s. Two staff members. Two ambassadors. This is quite the matchup. You love to see it. So, my initial thoughts, we got Moshrov with a ton of time. He's got more time than he started with. Nate Dogg at 2 minutes. And looks like White is also able to trade off the bishops. Not doing it just yet, but leaving that in their back pocket. Pawn push to save that. Bishop hitting the rook. The rook's going to move. No. Trades first. Very interesting. King up. Recapture, of course. I mean, I would just move the rook. There's nothing wrong with that. The rook is moved. And Moshrov still has to get the other bishop involved. 15 minutes left in the arena. Georgia Tech back in first by 1 point ahead of McGill. It's a tight race. Bits and Wits are tied for third at 54. Love that. Bits from India, Wits from Witwatersrand in South Africa. Pawn takes. Computer did not like that for White, unfortunately. But let's see. How can Moshrov push here? So it looks like offering a bishop trade, which is accepted. Still a ton of time for Moshrov. 1.5 minutes for Nate. Wow, Bits now taking their first lead. 1 point ahead of Georgia Tech. It's anyone's game. They're fighting for that diamond membership prize. Georgia Tech back in the lead. All right, queen attacks the rook. Rook moves to double. Knight's defending the e-pawn. Queen now tripling on the e-file, attacking the knight. I'm expecting e6, to be quite honest, from Nate Dogg. Yeah, someone from Georgia Tech must have gotten a clutch win. They have William, who's at 5 out of 6 with 5 in a row. Bits is now 1 point behind Georgia Tech. It's getting down to the wire here, folks. Priyanshu from Bits, 6 out of 7 in first place. All right, the queen is hit. Queen steps back, but now there's rook c5. Played almost instantly from Moshrov. Nate Dogg with a blunder. Gonna lose a knight. Hold on. It's not over yet. Uh-oh. This allows for rook takes, because... Oh, actually the knight defends this. Never mind. Huh. Alright, well. It's looking good for Moshrov. He's up a knight. Trying to trade queens. Logical. Queen steps back. You bring the knight in. I don't know. Plenty of time for Moshrov. Okay, let's check on Priyanshu from Bits. Looks like they got a favorable matchup here against UMass Lake, Canada. And there goes the knight. There's resignation. So Bits back in the lead because of this. 2 points ahead of Georgia Tech. Priyanshu, 7 wins in a row. Can they be stopped? We got to find another Georgia Tech matchup. All right, Titus it is. Ooh, and Titus is losing. Titus be taking an L right now. What's going on, Titus? What even is this position? It's even material. This hits the queen. It's leaving the bishop to dry, but there's some checks to be given. There's one check. You got to block with the bishop, and then you have bishop here. Oh my goodness. And then castles? Literally, this is the only legal move, so Titus should play it, per my recommendation. But the question is how to follow up from here, truthfully. Because I'm not too sure. Maybe just bishop g4? Goes after the... Why not castle? Surely castles is good here, right? Unless black can't castle. Could black not castle? Have they already moved the king? Oh my god, the king is on d8. What am I thinking? Oh my goodness. Listen, folks, chess is tough sometimes. This whole time I'm like, man, they're gonna castle. Alright, so the king is on the run. King is on the move. Couple checks here and there. Bishop g4 check. That looks unpleasant. Bishop g4 and then d6. Oof, duh. Let's see. Oh, the queen wants... the computer wants queen b7. But you're missing bishop g4. I guess. I don't even know, man. Now it's queen b7. Such a weird move. Like, aren't you getting back rank mated? I guess you have rook f1. That's hilarious. Wow, pawn push. That hangs the bishop. Queen h5. Come on, Titus. There he goes. We have less than 10 minutes left in the arena. El Calvary, man, really taking it to Titus on this one, but did not find the follow-up. Dude was worried about back rank mate. He always had rook f1. This game's not over yet, but he's making it sure difficult on himself. Pawn push. This allows queen c6. Hitting the rook. Kind of awkward. Low time for Calvary. Pawn push just blunders the queen. Oh my god. Alright, what a gift. What a gift for Titus. Yeah, that is GG right there. So that's huge for the standings. Georgia Tech back in first. 1 point ahead of Wits, who's 1 point ahead of Bits. 69, 68, 67. McGill at 64. 8 minutes remaining. This match is so close. Here we got Vinman versus Audi from Bangladesh. Both sides less than a minute. Black is about to promote, so Vinman wins by resignation. That's going to be some points for Bits. Although I don't see it updating. Let's find another game. Alright, we got to check on Funky Pants from Georgia Tech versus Akil from Shippensburg. Alright, this should be good for white. Just pawn takes, probably. I don't know. Actually, computer likes king f1. Or, oh my god, that's hilarious. And knight f2 takes. Oh my gosh, there's knight e4 fork. Oh, there's no way they're gonna find that. Are they? Like, that'd be... Why wouldn't you take the knight? C takes. That's just funky. Oh well. Who am I to say? Man, there's so many players I could watch. Look, we've got Anakit Skywalker. Dude, is his name Anakit? That would be amazing. That would be glorious. Best username. All right, we've got Manav again versus Amindiadi. Looks like Manav's doing great. How great? I don't know. Probably rook here and double looks fantastic. Knight steps back. There's a rook check, but you just block with something. Maybe like block with the bishop. All right, block that way. Seems reasonable. Now this is a huge threat. 5 minutes left. Georgia Tech's up by 1, and we've got Bits and McGill both with 69. Wits at 68. This is the closest ending to any arena we've ever had. It has never been this close. Oh, Georgia Tech just got a huge 4-point, probably from Supernova. Oh, we haven't looked at Zerkian. They're playing someone from McGill. McGill is in this race, man. A win here from Gene Meng. Meng is, I don't know. Very long username. Gene Meng get past his peons. And I don't know. But they've got a big time advantage. And they're up a pawn. They're trying to trade queens. Zerkian's going to try to hold on. We'll see. But yeah, 5-point lead for Georgia Tech. That might be insurmountable, but you never know. Lots of time left. Not that much time left, actually. Titus looks like he's got a favorable matchup here, but he's actually losing. A classic Titus predicament. So let's see what to do for our boy Titus. This game might not even finish, truth be told. Let me see here. Let me see. Who do we look at? Here's Lemony Head versus Calvary. Maybe I just keep an eye on the club standing. Oh my God, Georgia Tech's pulling away. How'd they get to 82? That's insane, dude. Supernova. He's top of the leaderboard now. Georgia Tech has 3 of the top 6 players. It was close, man, but they just got like a dozen points out of nowhere. From their top players, probably. From the streaks. You got William DF as well. 5 in a row. 5 out of 6. Calvary is going to win this game, but the clock's not going to allow it. Manav is low on time. Knight takes A2. Only winning move. And now promote this guy. Let's see if they can race the clock. Yeah, just push. Push him, baby. Use the knights. You played so bad today, unfortunately. That's okay. Don't worry about it. There's always next week. We also have our Bullet Championship coming in tomorrow. So let's say today wasn't your day. Well, tomorrow could be your day. This knight's scooping up the pawns, but that's not the best technique here. This is not the quickest win. Pawn push. Watch out. The knights are awkward to take pawns, so if you pre-moved or something, that pawn was going to be a goner. 4 out of 9. Hey, that's not terrible. You got points on the board. All right, there's a queen now. Queen here is mate in 1. We should have mate very quickly. Knight here's a stalemate, by the way. Or any move that's not a check here is stalemate. So there's a check. Knight here's got to be like mate in 2. Queen here and here. Let's see if we see it. There's check. And back. That's also maiden too. Don't go here, I swear. They still mated. Oh my gosh. Manav. Oh man. We gotta work on these in-game checkmates. Oh. Alright. Less than a minute left. That was probably the last game we're gonna watch. McGill just got some points. They're in second place now. Ooh, it's a mate in 3, but probably they'll just run the clock out. There's 30 seconds left in the arena, but they have a minute on their clock, so. Yeah, with 30 seconds left, looks like Georgia Tech is going to clinch first, 85 points. McGill in second at 75. They could be passed in the next 15 seconds. Bits and Wits are in third and fourth, but they're only 1 point behind each other. And yeah, 1 point behind McGill, but I don't think anything is going to happen unless we get some draw offers. You never know. All right, looks like we finished here. So Georgia Tech with the dub. They're going to get a diamond membership. McGill in second, Bits in third. They're both going to get a platinum membership. Witwatersrand barely in fourth place at 73 points. Club of the chess club at Montreal. That's Montreal University. That's fifth place. So Wits in Montreal, they're going to get the gold membership. UI Chicago, sixth place. UMass, seventh. I mean, this is a really close tournament. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, we had 23 schools play. Maybe we'll get some more next week, but total 110 players. Not too shabby. But I do want to remind you all that we have a big championship qualifier tournament coming up tomorrow. So be sure to check that out. We're going to be streaming it. It's going to be at the same time tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific. That is the Bullet Championship qualifier. So if you're not registered for that, today is the last day to register. Registration closes at 10 p.m. Pacific. That's in 10 hours. So you've got 10 hours to get the word out. Register, share with your friends, share with your club members, share with your whole school. We want to get as many people to join as possible. It's Bullet. It's the summer. It's fun. It's all about speed. It's about skill, and we'll see who makes it to the top divisions. So just a quick reminder how the format works. It's going to be an arena, an hour-long arena, just like this one that we played, but it's going to be filled with all the individuals that registered. We're going to be running it through our private club page. All the details are in that link in the chat. But basically, the top 8 players make it to Division 1. The next 8 players will make it to Division 2, and so forth. So tomorrow is the qualifier arena. It will determine which division you are in. And based off your division standings, you will get certain prizes. So there will be prizes to win. It's going to be chess.com memberships. How many divisions? It just depends on how many people play. So yeah, and I'll be setting up the divisions on Discord. We'll make a channel for it. But yeah, it's very similar to like the regular season. It's just how many people register. That's how many divisions are determined, right? It's 16 teams per division, but this is going to be a qualifier tournament with 8 players per division. So that's how we're going to do it. So yeah, good luck to everyone tomorrow. GG Luke. Shout out to Luke. I don't think I watched any of your games, which was unfortunate. I did watch some of your teammates play. Let's see. Where do I find Luke? There were a lot of UI Chicago players this time. That's okay. Well, I don't even know. Maybe you have a different chess.com username. I don't know. Is there a maximum? No, there's not. Just however many people register and play. That's how many. Let's say we have 80 players. That's 10 divisions. If we have 160 players, that's 20 divisions, right? That's how it's going to work. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me on Discord. Send me a DM. !Discord. If you're not there already, that's where we make all of our announcements. So keep up to date on everything. The last game got aborted. Yeah, it happens. Also, I love that badge. You got the TwitchCon Paris badge. Very nice. If we have 85 players, will the bottom 5 make their own division? Yes, that's how it's going to work. All right, everyone. Thanks again for being here. Congratulations to the teams that won. I will be reaching out for your membership prizes. And as another reminder, we have all the points for these teams tallied into a leaderboard, and the top 10 schools for the entire summer will win Collegiate Chess League merch. And I might actually just add some merch as a prize for the Bullet Championship. So I hope we get more people to register. I think last year we had about 150. And right now we might be around 100 or so. I'll have to double check, but would be nice to get past 150 players. We'll see. All right, everyone. I'm going to head out. We'll send you off on a raid. So stick around for that. But yeah, thanks again. And have a great rest of your day. Hope to see you all back tomorrow for the Bullet Championship qualifier. All right, take care.